or not to even make this video. And I've been debating this for a long time. I got sober almost 3 years ago, November 13th, 2022. And if you aren't familiar with sobriety or getting sober, you are highly, highly, highly encouraged to find a higher power. And for me, that was God. I am not somebody who grew up in a godly household. Rarely went to church, really only for like some holidays and funerals. That was literally it. I never grew up talking about God or Jesus, ever. In fact, growing up, I thought God was the almighty powerful who judged me on only when I did good and hated me when I did bad. That's how I saw that. And so that was something that always just turned me off from being faith-based. It wasn't until I met my husband and saw his family, saw his home life, and I was like, Since we got married, he's a very God-fearing man. He loves scripture. So we got married, I would go to tag along to church. And I did that for many, many years. Back in 2019, I said, okay, let me get baptized. Maybe God will fix all of my problems because I'm now baptized. Jesus, can you fix me? Heal me. Because at that point I was deep in my addiction and I thought, dunk me and you will cure me. That's literally what I thought, and that's not what happened. When I got sober back in 2022, I was highly encouraged to dig deep and find a higher power, and that I did. And today I can say that I am sober and alive because Jesus is King. Now, I am not somebody who can cite the Bible, cite verses. I'm in the point of my faith of really just exploring. I go to bed praying and I wake up in prayer. And that is kind of the extent. What I know is God is love. After what happened to Charlie Kirk, I have to be bold in my faith and I cannot be scared to share that. I am here sharing my journey with growing my faith because that is what not only God has called us to do, but that was a big proponent of what Charlie has called us to do. And I don't want a single person coming on here and saying, yeah, but he was a racist, he was a bigot, he was da-da-da, he was fascist, da-da-da-da-da. Have you actually sat down and watched an interview and not picked apart some words and phrases and sentences that he said to fit your narrative and create him to be something that he's not? And even if he was a racist, a fascist, a sexist, a homophobe, even if he was all of those things, no man deserves to be murdered the way he was murdered. And if you think I'm wrong, you can unfollow me. I do not care anymore. I feel a spiritual shift within myself and I just feel something and I can't not share where I'm at. I am trying to grow in my faith. I am not perfect. Never claimed to be, never will claim to be. All I know is that I have chosen to love everybody. No matter what you believe in, I don't care. I really do not care. As long as you're a good person and you don't believe somebody deserve to die over their beliefs, then you're my kind of people. But if you are the evil, because there is evil that exists in this world, and we are now seeing it on our phones, right? We're seeing people celebrate a death of a father, of a son, of a husband. We're seeing people celebrate that, and I am praying for those people. And wow, what a difference. Fuck. Excuse me, but I'm not joking when I say this. I was a revengeful person 4 years ago, and today I am praying not only for the shooter, I'm praying for everybody who thinks it's okay that an innocent man was murdered in front of his 2 small children and wife, and thousands, millions of people saw. I am praying for everybody that celebrated that, because that is nothing but pure evil. I don't care what side of the fence you were on. We are more divided than ever. I think the one thing we could agree on is that is not right. So I make this video for all the other silent Christ followers who are trying to figure out how to be bold in their faith. I'm trying myself. I don't know. But I think this is the first step. So I love you guys and happy Saturday. I have been debating whether or not